Okay, we've got a narrated rolling session from our master cycle. This is including striking, so we've got gloves on. Now the idea is that we're not going to hit each other hard, it's just to practice managing the distance. So he goes for a scissor sweep there and I step over very quickly. With the gloves on, it changes the way you roll, and that's why you need to practice it. So if you ever get into a street fight, you've got the habits of managing the distance. So that was really bad for me there. I was on top and I got rolled off. Good timing roll from him. I'm holding him super close, so to avoid the punches. If I can't hold him close, if he starts pushing away, then I'm going to bring my knees in and put them on his chest. That allows me to feel the gap, and it's the way you manage the distance if you can't stay close to them. So at the moment I've got what I call a shin guard, so I've got one shin or my knee on his chest, and that stops him from being able to throw a good quality punch because I can control the distance. I can push him away when I need to. My other leg is kind of down near his right leg, and if I can very quickly switch to a scissor sweep from this position. So I went for the scissor sweep, then he tried to step over, very similar to what I just did to him when it was the other way around. So I'm just waiting now. I'm throwing a few strikes and I'm waiting to see what happens with his balance. I'm looking for a sweep or a triangle jump. They're the kind of main things I look for from this position when I've got the gloves on. The gloves do restrict you quite a lot in the moves that you can do. So for example, it's very hard to get a collar choke, a cross collar choke, when you've got these great big gloves on. So you have to practice both. You have to practice the striking and the non-striking, so you can use all the different techniques. So at the moment I'm thinking sweep, there you go, and I swept into his left. So now once I get to the mount position, I want to isolate his arm so I can get a free shot with the strike. There you go. This is probably one of my favourite setups for striking from the mount. So he's bringing his hands up very high now. I'm just going to push it across and go for twisted arm control. Looking for a good shot for the striking. Generally I'm trying to get to a dominant position before I start striking. So when I'm on the bottom of the fight, I might throw some strikes from the guard, but most other positions I won't strike. I'm just looking at trying to get to a more dominant position. Okay, so side mounted, and I go to knee on stomach. So this is this side that I'm not so used to, so I'll probably switch to the other side. There we go. And from here I'm looking at either striking and trying to set up an armbar. Armbars work very well with the gloves on. It's one of the best submissions with the gloves on because it still works. You don't get hindered by the gloves. In fact, the gloves sometimes help you. Okay, back mount. So although it's back mount, I actually have my right leg over his shoulder. So if I can roll, then I will have one of his arms isolated and I can look for a rear triangle. So I'm trying to force the roll now. He goes with it. You can see my right leg is over his shoulder. And if it was no gloves, I'd probably be looking for a collar choke. But I'm going to go for the rear triangle. So what I do is he's joining his hands together so I can't armbar him. So I grab my shin, turn and lock the triangle. And I just push the head and squeeze. Starting again. Slack gloves. Off we go. So I pull him into my guard. Looking for a balloon sweep. He's standing right over me. He's much heavier than me though. He's like probably half my weight again heavier, so it's hard to do the balloon sweep, get it clean. Again, I'm going to be looking for the sweeps again. So I think this class we were doing sweeps. Looking at kind of scissor sweeps, pendulum sweeps, elevator sweeps, that kind of stuff, and sit-up sweeps. So you can see me jumping for the triangle now as well. So he could be swept now to his left, to my right. So you either do that or you can go for an arm drag and try and take his back. So I went for the arm drag just then, but it failed. So with one leg tucked in on his hip, I still get some control of his distance. And what I'm going to do is slip that foot so that I actually can hook under his thigh in a minute. Obviously right now I'm still trying to go for the triangle as well, looks of it. There we go, trying to do a triangle jump, but I can't quite lock my legs together, and that allows him to posture out of it. Okay, so okay, he's getting ready to step with his left foot, so I pull his weight on top of me, and then I use the elevator sweep to knock him to the right. So I'm faking the strike now, and that brings his hands up, and then I just throw the strike and hope that he's going to push his hand up to meet me, and then I take the armbar. Because of the weight, he can easily lift me up, but you can finish it belly down. Good job on the roll, Nikolai.